do we call it language acquisition? This is because learning is an intentional process. According to Britte and Scardamella, intentional learning refers to cognitive processes that have learning as a goal rather than an incidental outcome. The intentional learner is someone who is motivated to learn, takes responsibility for learning, and actively engaged in strategies that facilitate learning. Learning is also presupposes teaching. Learning is also teacher-controlled space. Teachers take control of classrooms, direction, and learning style. This is to ensure the environment is free of distraction and disruption. Acquisition is an unconscious process. According to Gresham, language acquirers are not usually aware of the fact that they are acquiring language, but are only aware of the fact that they are using the language for communication. Next, acquisition does not presuppose teaching. Acquisition is also child-controlled space. This is when the children take control of their own learning.
Through nature, children have an innate ability for language acquisition. Chomsky believes that human beings are born with an innate capacity for language development. Next, all children learn a language. Baby's brain is the busiest of all. Research has shown that babies can understand language about twice as fast as they actually speak it. So as long as we provide the right conditions, their learning and development will take place in a natural and integrated way. Overgeneralizations is the application of a grammatical rule in cases where it doesn't apply. So children overgeneralize in the early phases of acquisition, meaning that they only apply regular rules of grammar to irregular nouns and verbs. For instance, children may say foods instead of feet. As for nurture, children learn the language through social interaction. They have powerful cognitive skills that they can use to master language. So that's why they can have a language learning with adults when both parties are eager for better communications. Children cannot acquire language without scaffolding because they have an ever-expanding repertoire of ideas and intentions that they must convey to others. This will help them to improve their language skills. This is because children do not imitate everything they hear. They appear to be very selective and only reproduce assimilated language chunks.
4 pillars of first language acquisition. The 4 things all children require in order to develop their first language are ability, data, interaction, and motivation. Ability. The capability of a child highly contributes to the learning of a language. This means the child must be physically capable and mentally capable of processing and analyzing language. Secondly, data. Data or input can help build language by hearing individual sounds, learning meanings of words, and hearing larger units or functions of words. Thirdly, interaction. Interaction is a very important part of language acquisition. A child who's learning the language must be allowed to practice using the language and receive adequate feedback. A child who's learning a language should be proficient in terms of vocabulary, intonation, and being able to make reasonable questions. Lastly, motivation. A child learns language for 2 motivation reasons. A. They want to do it for themselves, or they want to be able to communicate with themselves or their family.
Next, we shall move on to the stages of first language acquisition. The stages consist of cooing stage, babbling stage, 1-word utterance, and 2-word utterance. Cooing stage starts off as early as 6 months. At this stage, children only produce vowel-like sounds. They learn to produce these sounds by manipulating their tongue, mouth, and breathing. Next is the babbling stage. Babbling stage occurs when the child is 5 to 12 months old. At this stage, the child learns to make complex consonant vowel sounds like ba, ma, and ga. They reproduce these sounds repeatedly with various intonations and rhythms as if they were talking. The rhythm and intonations are influenced by the way adults speak in the child's environment. One-word utterance stage comes right after babbling stage. Starting from 4 to 18 months old, children children may start to invent words on their own and consistently repeating the invented words to refer to the same object. They also may start to produce conventional words that resemble adults' pronunciation and meaning.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Daddy.
That's right.
Stage 4. Two-word utterances. It occurs anywhere in 18 to 20 months. During this stage, the child is able to produce phrases like baby chair and mommy ate. Although they don't form any sentences yet, children have now the sense of subject and action.
Cut.
Stage 5. Telegraphic speech. It occurs when the child reaches 2 to 2.5 years. During this stage, child adds some new lexical element to form more complex utterances like preposition. For example, dad on car.
So let's talk about sharing, specifically with your sisters.
Yeah.
Would you say that you're at a place where you're ready to begin sharing with them?
No, not yet.
Really?
No.
Whoa, why would you say?
No, not yet.
Whoa.
I want to remember.
Why not?
Not ready. I can't.
How to help your children develop their language skills. Conversation. Talk to your baby even if he doesn't understand, and remember to use lots of different words. Reading. Books can be used in many ways to develop language and early literacy skills. Read and share more complex books as he grows. Music. Children love music and movement. They will learn about the world around them and the rhythm of the language. Be a good model. Try to speak clearly and slowly. If your child says a word or sentences incorrectly, try to repeat his statement back to him with the correct pronunciation or word usage. Give your child lots of praise for his effort. Language learning software. To attract children in learning, try to use something interesting. This will make learning fun and easy.